Star Trek Picard. Hey, when they announced this, I was through the roof. And I got the Paramount app just because of Star Trek Picard. The first season, to me, I liked it. It was unique. The story about Jean-Luc and Data, the Borg, it's kind of like an overdrawn story. Like, you know, I feel like, I don't know, it was just kind of felt a little overdrawn. But seeing Picard like retired, kind of like in this chilled life. I mean, he is a character in the back of your mind. You wonder like, what's Picard doing? You know what I'm saying? Like, what he's doing right now? You know, no, he can't be in Starfleet no more. But you know, it was kind of cool to see him in this post Starfleet career. And you know, he's at the Chateau Picard. Like that's just, it's so Jean-Luc. And it was like, totally get it. And he got like some Romulan people working for him. It's like, okay, that's interesting. Because, you know, the Romulans and Starfleet were so much hated enemies. They probably hated the Romulans more than the Klingons at one point. But you kind of see how the world is different in this time and era that is very post in TNG. And so, they're on a hunt for to find this android who's kind of like, in a way, like Data's daughter. And it was an interesting premise. And so I didn't know if they was going to do any other seasons but that. I thought that might have been like a one and done thing. Then they came out with season 2. And I didn't like season 2. I did not like season 2. Season 2 didn't do it for me. It was like they was like doing that Star Trek 4. Remember they went to like modern day, San Francisco, and they were trying to save the whales. Like, I do not like Star Trek Episode 4. I don't watch Star Trek 4 because of that, because it's dumb. And it doesn't bridge none of the other episodes. Like, you can miss 4 and watch 1, 2, 3, 5, and 6 and don't miss nothing. Like, 4 does not connect anything. And 4 used to be on TV a lot. Like, I couldn't stand that Star Trek 4. And Spock's like in this like judo gear type thing, and I just never. Maybe I got to give 4 another shot. It's been a long time since I've seen 4, but I just never did like 4. And Picard season 2 gave me all that. Like, Rios fell in love with like the veterinarian, and then he ended up staying there. Like, and he was a captain of a starship, you know, before this. And it's this whole thing about Q's back, but Q wasn't like a main factor. Like, Q didn't do Q things. He's like Q comes back and he's like, I'm old, I'm dying, I love you, Picard. And it was weird. Like, 2 was really weird. Season 3 is boss level. Season 3 should have been the only season, I think. It makes sense. It brings back the original TNG cast, most of them. And we get to see the Enterprise D. Everyone loves the Enterprise D. I love season 3. Once again, they lean heavy on the Borg. And the Borg was the theme throughout the whole series. But this one makes sense. Picard finds out he has a kid. This kid has traces of Borg DNA in him. It makes sense. And of course, it's with Crusher. It makes sense. To see him and Crusher, back on the scene together, and see the ramifications of Jean-Luc. Once again, this parallels to Deep Space Nine a lot. Season 3 has a lot of callbacks with the Changelings, of course, you know, Odo, and how the captain is so mad at Jean-Luc Picard because he was there when Lord Cutis was killing the Starfleets. He was there. He was a victim of that. So he's traumatized, even though that wasn't necessarily Jean-Luc Picard. His face. He's the face of that. And so people, think about it, would be traumatized by this individual, would have fought against him. Even though he was not in control, even though it was not something he wanted to do, it's the dynamic that he has to bury with, and knowing that people blame him for their loved ones being died. And we never really got that explored in the TNG episode. Like I said in my earlier review, they touched it in Deep Space Nine, which I thought was really cool. But here they really explored that meaningful. You find out why he's such a jerk to Picard as the episodes go, and how the Changelings have basically infiltrated Starfleet. And so it's a really, really, really great movie. A lot of original TNG people came back for this to really make this special. To see him and Riker in the thick of it again, like, man, it's amazing on Riker's ship to be exact, his old ship. 7 of 9 was definitely the standout throughout the whole series. I think this actually gave 7 of 9 more credibility. I think it gave her more stock as a character. So I think Picard really, if anyone got the boost, was 7 of 9. If anyone really got, I think I was kind of mad that she wasn't even on TNG, because her and Patrick Stewart's dynamic was amazing. And no, not to anything with Captain Janeway, but I feel like her and Picard had a better dynamic. And I don't know, it seemed like he elevated that character tremendously. To me, I feel like that 7 of 9 really benefited of that, and I wouldn't be mad to see more of a 7 of 9 series because of that. But I think if anyone that benefited, any character that benefited enough to create another arc, it's 7 of 9. 7 of 9 benefited a lot from Picard season 3. So if you haven't seen it, you need to go and see it. Good to see Geordi, and he got kids now, and Geordi's over there like over the historical museum, which would seem like something Geordi would do. Like, you know what I'm saying? Everybody's in places that make sense where they would be at. You know what I'm saying? I could totally see Geordi, you know, with a museum with the old ships. You know what I'm saying? I could totally see Geordi doing that, like, for his retirement life. And because for Geordi, that's not retirement. You know what I'm saying? Working on ships and, you know, making sure they're pristine. That just seems like there's some stuff that Geordi would do. And so, like, I can see Scotty doing that. You know, so I can see, like, if Scotty died and Geordi took over. You know, I totally see that dynamic. There's some callbacks to the original Star Trek. There's like a thing where they show Captain Kirk, something with Captain Kirk. But it's a lot of callbacks to the original, the TNG, even Deep Space Nine has some things. I guess you can say a little small callback with Voyager because 7 of 9 is in there. So, I mean, it's a celebration of Star Trek, but in particular, that TNG crew. And to see them assembled on the Enterprise D for the final climactic scene, and it made sense why they had to use the Enterprise D, and the Enterprise D's back in the air saving the day. I thought was brilliant. I would give the series as a whole 7 out of 10. I wish I could give it higher, but that second season brings it down tremendously. I was not a fan of the second season. I was kind of excited because the way they cut the trailer up, it would have been kind of interesting to see what they were doing, but then as the series went on, it just dragged. Whoopi Goldberg came back for the second season too, so I was really excited to see Whoopi in there, but they didn't really capitalize on what they could have capitalized on. I'm not sure what happened. I don't know, it was one of those things, it sounded better in your head than it was executed, but second season wasn't that great. Like, you can really skip the second season and go from 1 to 3 and you won't miss a thing. But, well, you kind of miss a couple things. So maybe watch the first 2 or 3 episodes, and you'll get the gist of it. But yeah, I really do think that Picard overall is a decent series. 3 is definitely the shining point of it. The changelings back in a prominent, dominant, villainous way was kind of cool. So check it out. Tell me what you think.